успели да могат да я изгледат по-късно. Ако имате въпроси, те, разбира се, са добре дошли и можете да ги задавате. Целта на презентацията днес е да разговаряме за Saxion University of Applied Sciences. Имаме и техен представител тук, Майкъл, който ще ни разкаже малко по-късно повече за университета, както и техни студенти, които също ще могат да отговарят на вашите въпроси. Преди това обаче искам да ви се представя и да ви кажа малко повече за Unify, разбира се. Първо аз се казвам Станислава и работя за Unify. Тези от вас, които не ни познават все още, защото има и такива в тази среща днес. Кои сме ние? Ние сме официален представител на университети в цяла Европа, различни такива, и в случая днес нашата насоченост е към Saxion, като ние като техни представители ви съдействаме с абсолютно всичко свързано с подготовката на документите ви и кандидатстването в университета за избраната от вас специалност. Аз лично самата съм учила в Saxion, така че за мен винаги е радост, когато мога да участвам в този тип събития точно за моя университет, за който се сещам с доста радост, разбира се. Но пък винаги ми е интересно и да чуя отново и отново за университета, защото това, което е уникално за Saxion, е, че те продължават да се развиват и много от нещата, през които аз съм преминала като студент, както са ми познати, така и има много нови неща, които те продължават да развиват, за да помогнат на бъдещите и настоящи студенти там успешно да се реализират. И всъщност това е насочеността ни днес, да говорим за това как вие може да развиете пълния си потенциал. Тук съм ви дала и няколко важни за нас факта за това, кои сме ние, с какво се отличаваме от другите, защото смятам, че това е изключително важно, особено за бъдещите студенти, които преминават през кандидат-студентския процес и с които работим с някои година, с други 2, с някои цели 3, и всъщност страшно се радвам за тези от вас, които са избрали да работят с нас, че са го направили, а за тези от вас, които все още не са взели своето решение, къде искат да кандидатстват, какво искат да учат, как точно искат да се случи това, са добре дошли да се свържат с нас и да ви съдействаме с всичко, което ви интересува, притеснява, затруднява. Това е нашата работа и нашия дългогодишен опит и специализъм, така че ще се радвам да ви помогнем. Сега преминаваме към втората част на презентацията, а именно презентацията на Майкъл. Майкъл, I said what I wanted to say, so now it's your turn. Please.
Yes. Then thank you, Stani, for the introduction, of course. So hi, everybody. My name is Michael. I'm a representative of Saxion. I work at the Student Support Center, and on the one hand, I'm responsible for the recruitment of all our international students. So I also work together a lot with Unify, for example, and on the other hand, I'm responsible for the onboarding program of our international students, and that's all about giving you a warm welcome, a smooth landing. And in today's presentation, I'm going to talk you a bit through what we can offer for you, because you are not alone. You need help to grow, to become the person who you want to become, so eventually that you are ready and well prepared for your future working life. Well, that being said, as a short introduction, on this slide you see our new campaign slogan, which is "Be unique, let's grow together," which is all about that we see you as a unique person with unique characteristics, but you need help, of course, to grow. Yes, Danny, you can go to the next slide. So what we do, we have a complete dedicated student support center, and that's how we help you. So let's start with the presentation. Hopefully it's informative for you. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. Then either Stani or I can try to answer them for you. So today's program, first, you are unique. I wanted to show you a video of our campaign, but unfortunately it's not working in the Canva presentation. I'm not too sure why, but Stani will share the presentation with you afterwards, and then you can, of course, see the video. So I'm going to talk you through our onboarding program and what we do regarding well-being. Then afterwards, a bit too fast, sorry. Then afterwards, I will tell you something about our student support center, what we all can do for you. Then there's also some interactive parts included in this presentation. There's one part where I would like you to share your thoughts. So what kind of support you would need. And another task I would like to have your opinion about is, hey, what kind of activities would you like regarding onboarding? But when it's on the slide, I will ask you to do it and you will get a couple of minutes to think about it. Then afterwards, you can put it in the chat. But for now, I will start talking about our onboarding program. You can go to the next slide. Thank you. So our onboarding is actually all about your unique characteristics and about you providing or getting a smooth landing. So in general, just a short introduction again, Saxion is the place where you can actually discover and develop your own unique talents together with others, because you need help from others to grow actually. So whether you are a future student, maybe like you here, maybe your mom or dad who supports you, or if you are a professional, for example, that needs additional support or additional education beside your job to make the next step, Saxion is really there for you to help you all the way throughout your study program. You can go to the next slide, Sunny. Thank you. So this was supposed to be the video, but hey, unfortunately, it didn't work. So before we go to the next slide, I want you to think of this and share your thoughts about this with me. How would you describe the term student well-being? So I would like to give you 2 minutes from now. So if you can think about it and share your thoughts in the chat, because I'm kind of curious what you see as student well-being. And of course, there are no false answers. It's just your opinion about it. And how would you describe student well-being?
The students that are here from Saxion can answer the question as well.
Oh yeah, of course. That's even better. Now I'm curious what they believe student well-being is.
So please, guys, share your personal opinion. I'm even gonna start for you. Living a student life without stress. I think that's very important component.
For sure.
Also, the experienced students know what is important.
Nice, good one. Yeah.
Interesting. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts, everyone.
We don't bite. Yeah, nice one.
Also, very good.
So I think we can continue, and actually what you all have mentioned in the chat, it all belongs to student well-being. It's like a combination of all kind of factors that play a really important role in your well-being as a student at Saxion. So if you can go to the next slide, please, Stani. There was supposed to be a video, but hey, you can watch it afterwards. So we believe at Saxion that your well-being is really, really important. So have to emphasize on that. We have come up with a lot of additional services for your support, but also your well-being. And those are the following. We have an international office, which I will talk to you more about in a couple of minutes. We have a student onboarding program, which is all about your social well-being, but also about your mental well-being. And then, of course, the most important topic of today is the student support center, which offers a lot of support, not only for your mental health, but also for your professional well-being, to help you grow, to be ready for your future working life. Next one, Stani, please. So the international office, to kick it off, they are really your gateway to Saxion, and the employees and my colleagues of the international office are really there for you to help you when you arrive at Saxion and when you are studying here. You can always walk in the room where they are sitting because they are at the office each day of the week and they are at each location of Saxion. So they can help you with questions about housing. If you, for example, have problems with your landlord, so to say, or if you lost your key, sometimes it happens, they can help you with all those kind of issues. Next to that, they can help you to find a part-time job because getting financial income besides your study also would help improve your well-being, of course. So they can help you find a part-time job and looking and contacting employees in the area of Saxion. In addition to that, they can also help you with your insurances, that you are well insured, that you have a good health insurance. And also, of course, if you need some additional insurances like a dentist insurance or a physiotherapy insurance, they can help you to find the right one. Because if you are physically okay, then you're also mental okay. Thank you, Sally. Next one. Again, a video. Well, not now. Then the Saxion student onboarding. And this is actually where the fun starts. And we have split it up in 3 phases. So looking at the left, we do a lot already when you are still in your home country. It's all for your convenience so that you don't need to stress out, so that you can easily start your study career at Saxion. So what we do when you are still in Bulgaria, in this case, we offer you, it makes sense, our website, but it's packed with a lot of practical information that you need on forehand. So you can find all relevant information about housing, about insurances, about financing your studies, because as an international student from the European Union, you can make use of a governmental grant. So on our website, you will find all information related to that as well. Besides that, there's all the information about the programs that you need. And there's also a lot of information about the support services that can be found on our website. Then in addition, to prepare you really well, so that you have a smooth landing, we offer online webinars. So these webinars you can just join from home, and my colleagues from the international office will talk you through all the things that you need to know about arranging housing, applying for housing through Saxion, for example, how to arrange your insurances, where to buy your groceries. So it's really for your convenience and for your level of stress, so that you can relax a bit, you know what's being asked from you when you arrive here. So those are the webinars that we offer for you, especially in the months of April, May, and June. Then the third thing that you see here is the first 100 days of onboarding program, which actually starts once you are at Saxion. But I will tell a bit more about it in a couple of minutes. Then you see the Going platform. And this is something that really will help you to have a smooth landing. Because it's like a social media platform, you can sign up with it from a code from Saxion. Then you can already see, hey, who else is going to do the same study program as I'm going to do? Or which other students from Bulgaria are also going to study at Saxion? So you can make friendships already when you are at home, so that you already know some people when arriving in the Netherlands, which is, of course, is really good for your social well-being, so to say. Then when you arrive at Saxion, we offer a pickup service from Schiphol, so that you don't have to carry your luggage in the train, in the bus, and then need to walk to your room, but we drop you off right in front of your dormitory. So that's really convenient for you as well. Then the introduction week, well, I think it says it all. It's all about fun activities, getting to know your fellow students, getting to know your study program, and getting familiar with the Saxion buildings, so you know how to find your way within Saxion. And then the third phase is actually where the good stuff starts. So this is the so-called your first 100 days of onboarding program. Through research, we have seen that those first 100 days, are the most important days for you to have a smooth landing at Saxion, to be able to have your study success grow. So what we have done, we have come up with a buddy group, and those student buddies will actually take you literally by the hand and guide you throughout those first 100 days. And those buddies are either from the same study program, or they are from the same nationality as you are. So what it looks like, they help you with all kind of practical stuff. So for example, it's your first exam week and you're thinking like, I'm not too sure when to start with studying. so I'm having problems with planning, for example, you can approach a student body and he or she will give you advice based on that. On the other hand, the onboarding program is all about social well-being. So we host a lot of social activities like speed friending evenings. We have bowling evenings. We take you to a Christmas market in Germany. So it's all about making friends and having fun as well, because that's what studying abroad also should be about, of course. And of course, fun activities will help you with your mental well-being, because if you have friends and if you have fun, your mental well-being will rise, of course. Next one, Stani, please. Thank you. Then I already told you something about the onboarding, and I'm kind of curious, what would you like to see in the onboarding phase? What kind of activities would you like to attend, for example? I'm kind of curious what you would like to see, or which activities you would like to attend, for example. Again, 2 minutes. Yeah, that should be enough. So for example, activities based on fun, so social activities, or more like practical activities, some things you might want to know, for example.
Come on,
So,
guys. It's important to share your thoughts.
because actually your thoughts are really important for us as well, because then we can adapt our onboarding phase and our onboarding program to actually your needs as a new international student.
Okay.
Sports is always important. Yeah.
Good.
Oh, and what kind of fun activities are you thinking about? Can you share some? Volleyball.
I know back in the day, Michael, we had a fun activity teaching
Yeah.
us how to ride a bike because we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really a good one. We still offer it, and it's really funny. Yeah, I mean, not funny, but it's really interesting to attend that activity as someone who knows how to ride a bike and see others struggling. But it's really important because we are a cycling country, as you know, of course. So it's really important that you learn how to ride a bike properly, and that you know the traffic rules, of course. So yeah, that's a really good one. Playing board games. We do have a board game evening, so that one will definitely be of your interest. Computer games, really good as well. Dungeons and Dragons, Kaloyan. What's that?
You already know the program Kawayan wants to study, right?
He has some inside information. I know. Well, I think we can move on to the
Sure.
next. Thank you for your input, though. Then we not only offer an onboarding program, but we also have a dedicated student well-being program. And there's also a student well-being officer within Saxion, and her objective is to make sure that your mental well-being is on point, that relates to your physical health and also your career perspective, and also that it's about social well-being / making friends / relations. So how it differs from the onboarding program is the following. On the right side, you will see some activities that she is hosting. For example, a beautiful example is the winter program, because you can imagine that, especially around Christmas period, when the days are getting shorter, you might miss home a bit more. So she hosts a winter program, and that's all about letting you experience that family feeling. So she's hosting a Christmas dinner, Christmas drinks, She will host a New Year's party. We will go for a walk when it snows outside, for example. So especially during these shorter days, the darker days, when you miss your family the most, she's organizing all these kind of activities to give you that sense of belonging, so that you're not sitting lonely in your room, but really are among the people, among your friends, among your fellow students. Then secondly, you will see the Saxion Green Garden. And this is a garden in between the Saxion buildings where you can grow your own fruit and veggies. I mean, it should appeal to you. You must like it, of course, but it's really a place where you can escape the daily life of studying, and also where you can meet other students that share the same interest. So it's also a good place to make new friends, and you can actually bring your own food and veggies to home and eat them. So it has like multiple purposes. Then the other things that you will see on there, I'm going to highlight the Wellbeing Week. And this is being hosted in the first week of December each year. That's also with a specific reason, because those are really the shortest days most of the times. And then it's all about your well-being. So we host activities like mindfulness, like yoga. We invite over specialists from companies that are specialized in well-being. And it's all free of charge for you to attend. So the well-being program is free of charge, but also the onboarding program is completely free of charge for you as an international student, because we want you to feel well, have a sense of belonging, because then you actually can study successfully. Next slide, please. Then on to the good part, the Student Support Center. Next one, please.
I'm never too sure if I'm not correct to say.
I understand. So within Saxion, we do not only teach, but we also do a lot of research. And a couple of those researchers have done research among international students to find out, hey, what are the most common uncertainties international students are facing? And what are the most struggles that they have? So here you see them listed. So I'm not going to talk you through each point, but I'm going to highlight some of them. For example, the top one. We teach in a really practical way. So you have to work in project groups together. You have to work with your fellow students a lot. So because of that, you might have some insufficient study skills, because it might be something completely different that you are used to in your home country or at your previous school, for example. Well, because of that, you might get in doubt, does this really suit me? Did I make the right decision? Is Saxion the right school for me? Should I quit my study, or should I switch to another program? And because of that, you can get some motivation issues, right? I'm not doing so well. I get low grades. I'm not too sure if I want to give it all anymore. So these kind of issues we see a lot, and really a lot, among international students. And the thing is, you see it on the fourth from below. They most of the times rarely ask for help. And by recognizing these kind of things, we have created the so-called Student Support Center. And if you can go to the next slide, Stani. So what is the Student Support Center all about? So by looking at the points on the previous slide, Saxion came up with the idea, okay, we need to do something about this. Students really need to help to grow, to learn something about themselves, to become the person who they want to become. So within this Student Support Center, we have a lot of specialists and coaches working. For example, you can see them here. We have 6 student psychologists. So they are really there for you to help you with all kinds of problems. If you need to talk with someone about your mental health, if you're not feeling so well, for example, or if you are facing some other problems, you can go to the student psychologist. Of course, it can be really scary to approach such a person because you believe there's a social pressure. Someone might see me entering the office of a psychologist, and then they might think some weird stuff about me, or they might think that I have some problems. So what we have done, we have launched a new online platform. It's called Sax Helped. And on that platform, you can schedule an appointment directly in the agenda of a psychologist, for example, or at the agenda of a study counselor. So we have taken away the barrier for you as an international student to ask for the help. So the student psychologist is really there for you, like I mentioned, on various topics. Then we have the student counselors. So they are really there for you to help you with your study problems. So if you are in doubt about the right study choice, if you are lacking some study techniques, for example, you can approach a student counselor, and they are really there for you to help you with those kind of issues. Then you see the study skills coaches. We have 4 of them within Saxion, and they can help you with issues like planning, how to start studying on time for your exam, how to deal with procrastination, how to learn certain study skills that might be really useful for you to study successfully at a practical-based university like Saxion. Then we also have specialists like autism coaches and HAD coaches. They are really there to help you if you are dealing with these kind of issues, to help you study successfully, even though you have autism or HDD, for example. Then you see the language coaches, and they are really there for you to improve your English, for example, because you all have a certain level of English, but getting taught in English the whole day, needing to speak English with your fellow students the whole day, need to speak English in the supermarket, it's a complete different level. So to help you with that, we also have language coaches that can help you improve your level of English. In addition to that, they also help you with your Dutch language, because we believe that being in the Netherlands and being able to speak a few words of Dutch might help you in your daily life when studying at Saxion. Then the career coaches, which I'm going to zoom in a bit more in a couple of slides. Then we also have confidential persons. You can talk with them about everything, and they are really your confidential contact person within Saxion. And then last but not least, we also work together with a company called Tactus, and they are really there for the unique situations of students that are addicted to substance use. Luckily, it doesn't happen a lot, but if it happens, then we can work together with that company. And also all these additional support services are free of charge for you. So you don't have to pay any money. You can just make use of it as many times as you want. So that's what we also advise to our students. Please make use of it, because it will really help you not only during your studies, but also afterwards, because you can grow as a person, so to say. Thank you, Stani. Next slide. Then, like I mentioned, I want to zoom in on the career coaches, because studying is one thing, but graduating in the second, and then you're going to start or kickstart your professional career. Well, and we believe that you also might need some help with that, of course. So the career coaches can help you on various levels. So during your studies, they can help you with finding your internship, which company would suit you best, for example, or which country would you like to go to. So that's one thing they do, but they also help you to select a specialization within a program, because within some of our programs, you need to specialize yourself in a certain direction from the second year on. Well, and that might be kind of difficult, of course, because you're not really too sure, what do I want to become later? What should I do? So the career coaches can help you make that decision. Then they're also there for you to find graduation topics, because that also can sometimes be a little bit difficult, but they have a lot of experience how to do that. Then you see writing cover letters. Well, if you need a part-time job, for example, and you're not too sure, hey, how should I approach a company? What should be in my cover letter? You can approach a career coach, and he or she will look at you with it, and then you write together your cover letter. And then also creating a Dutch working resume, of course, because it can be a bit different than yours in Bulgaria. And they also help you to optimize your LinkedIn, for example. Then there it doesn't stop. They are also there for you after your studies when you are actually graduated. So after you are graduated, most of you will be thinking, okay, which direction do I want to go to? Which company would suit me best? What kind of role would I like to do? So the career coaches are really there for you also when you are graduated to take that next step. So they can help you with making a suitable choice for your work, which company would suit you the best, what kind of position is the best for you. And if you want to continue studying, they also can give you advice based on that. And then they would help you also with entrepreneurship, because some of the students really want to start their own company, for example, and they can give you advice, tips and tricks, how to do it. So it's also really there for the entrepreneurial students. And they do it during individual sessions with you. They also host a lot of workshops, how to get ready for your international work environment, for example. And they also are hosting a lot of events, for example, speed training with companies around Saxion in the area. So you can get to know already a lot of companies, which makes the entry into the working field later on a bit easier for you. Next slide, Stani, please. Then looking back at the previous slides, what kind of issues do you think that you might face when going abroad? On what kind of topics do you think you might need help as an international student at Saxion? I'm kind of curious.
Should I bring back the examples? Maybe.
Yeah, that might be a good one, yeah. That might be a really good one.
Going through a first year of student life, I believe that there are just a few that I personally haven't experienced, but the insufficient study skills, communication, low self-esteem, motivation problems, it's all quite normal actually for first year students.
It
So
is, yeah.
even if you don't expect it, you guys, it's happening. So it's good that you get support for it,
It's
especially.
definitely happening, yeah. I totally agree with you, Stani. I think there are just a couple of exceptions on the rule, but 9 out of 10 students are actually dealing with or facing all kind of problems when going abroad. Might it not be insufficient study skills, then at some point you will feel lonely or miss home. So homesickness is also a common struggle that students are facing. And that occurs especially after the autumn break, because when you start at Saxion, you're still full of energy. Wow, it's a new experience. And then you go home during the autumn break, see your family again. And then when you come back, nothing is new anymore. It feels like home. And those months after, so especially during the darker days, the shorter days, those are the moments when loneliness and homesickness occur. And then it's really important for you as a future student to seek help, to ask for help, and not to deal with it on your own, because it will really affect your study success, which of course you don't want to happen. And also we don't want you to have those feelings. So that's why we actually created these all kinds of additional support services. Kaloyan, you named a couple of good things as well. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some good things are coming in the chat right now. Yeah, exactly, Simona. The constant need to speak English. Like I mentioned, it's on a different level than you are used to, probably, even though you have a good basic level. But needing to talk English the whole day is something completely different. So that's why we offer these language coaches that can help you with those kind of things to make it a bit more easy. And also, learning Dutch, of course, is really something that could help you.
Vladislav, I'm just gonna answer this in Bulgarian if you don't mind, Michael.
Yeah, sure, of course.
Владислав, свържи се с твоя консултант, ако нямаш такъв, свържи се с нас да обсъдим оценките, за да не се притесняваш.
Добре.
I also see someone had the biggest problem for me will be about adjusting to live in a new country. That's really something that we are aware of as well. And the good thing about Saxion is the community that we are in, we are a really open community, and everybody is really down to earth. So they are really helpful. They really want to help you. So that's also a bit about the people in the eastern part of the Netherlands. They are completely different than the people in the West, for example. And that's what a lot of international students really appreciate, that you can just level with your lecturer. You can approach all the additional support services. You can approach all colleagues of Saxion. Everybody in the city is helpful and is willing to talk English. So to take that barrier away, we did our best to do so. And we see that it works, actually.
You know, Michael, what I always tell my students, because we discuss that a lot, is that in a room, like especially in the first year, first class, you're in the room with all people that don't know you. You feel alone, but they also feel alone and stressed and afraid, and that makes it easier to bear because you're all in the same boat, you know. So it's
Exactly,
make
exactly.
friends and contacts.
Yeah. And what kind of part-time job are you looking for, Mira? Is that just any job, or should it be related to your study program, for example? And have you made use of one of the support services that we offer for that? Yeah, it's for the governmental grant, you mean, right? The 32 hours. Yeah, I understand. But I see Dara is offering you some help. So this also shows the community of Saxion, that students are also really willing to help each other. And there, the Going app that I mentioned on the previous slide is really good for that as well. Because in that app, you can also create a community, for example, called part-time job. And then other students who have experience with finding a part-time job can actually help you within that community to get a part-time job or to give you tips and tricks. So it's not only the support services from Saxion itself, but it's also the student community that it's really strong and powerful that can help you get a smooth landing and feel home at Saxion. See, beautiful example. Yeah, that's also how it's being used. Yeah. Thank you, Dara. Good addition. And this one we did indeed. Then, actually, I've been talking a lot already about our additional support services. Hopefully, I was able to give you a good overview of what we can all do for you. And I want to mention it again, it's all free of charge. So we are really there for you to help you with all kinds of issues, to overcome struggles, to get the best out of you. We want to help you with that. So I'm curious, are there any questions from your side? Are there any things that were unclear? Are there just some general questions that I can answer?
While you're guys thinking about the questions, I just want to say that Unify supports you with finding the right university and the right program, which is really important. But Saxion supports you once you get there, and that's also quite important because it's good to get accepted to university, but it's even better to graduate. And the second one you have to do by yourself. So having the support from the university, as we also it's there, it's really important and really valuable.
Yeah, I totally agree with Stani, and not to promote Saxion, of course, but in some way it is a fact that we cannot differentiate ourselves with the program that we offer, because most of the programs that we offer, you can also do at other universities, for example, but it is really the supporting services that makes us unique. Because we want to have you graduate successfully, but that's not the most important thing for us. I believe for you it is, because you want to get your diploma, but to have you grow as a person on various aspects and also on a professional level. That's what we do it for. That makes us happy. That's what we love to see, so that we can really help you to take yourself to the next level.
Do we have someone that has questions? They can be about anything.
Good question, Simona. Yeah, of course, those kind of things can happen, and that's, of course, is not a problem at all. Maybe good for you to know, we also have our own family doctor within the Saxion buildings. So if you are ill for a couple of days and you're not too sure, there might be something that's not a sickness or an illness, you can go to the family doctor within Saxion and get a consult to see what's going on. But of course, it's not a problem at all if you are sick or if you don't feel well. You can stay home. You don't need to report it to someone. But of course, it's needed if you don't feel well, that you stay home to rest out and to recover good. So yeah, of course, no problem. Good question though.
Someone else having any thoughts, questions? You can write them in the chat or turn on your mic. Get used to it.
It's also possible, yeah. Yeah, that's also something about the Dutch learning culture that we expect from you to participate actively during classes. So I'm not telling you to speak up loudly right now, but during class, it's expected from you to participate, especially because you work a lot in project groups, for example. Your fellow students are reliant on you as well. So keep that in mind, like Stani said.
Exactly. I don't know if Dara or Mira are able to join and share their experience as a first and second student. If you're not willing or able, girls, it's no problem at all. But if you want, please.
I'm willing and I'm able.
Perfect. We have some parents as well, Dara, so if you could do it in Bulgarian, if Michael doesn't mind, I think it
I
would.
don't mind, of course.
Няма проблем. Някакви въпроси специфични, ако има към мен?
Ами, по-скоро сподели, ти си вече втора година студентка, сподели как преминаха 2 години, как се чувстваш, използвала ли си някои от допълнителните неща, общите ти преживявания.
Окей, ами накратко казано, беше едно голямо приключение първата година. Първо, местенето наистина е нещо ангажиращо и поне имах съпорт от нашите, за което много благодаря. Освен това, ученето, специфично в моята програма беше много забавно, понеже главно видеоигри, проекти и такива неща, но наистина, докато свикнеш с това, че вече не си в училище и няма кой да ходи по теб постоянно да ти казва, хей, прави това и това и това, трябва само да се менажираш постоянно, това е малко трудно. И съответно се ползвах от Study Coach, което в CMGT всеки човек си има Study Coach и ходиш на митинги с този човек много като терапия от една страна, не съвсем, но много помага с това да ти дадат съвет, ако си назад. Освен това, даже мисля, че направих стори за стади коучовете на Instagram на Unify преди този митинг. Може да го видите и там за още информация. Като цяло са много полезни хора. Но първата година беше голям екшън. Едвам направих всичко, но накрая събрах всичките кредити и съм горда от това, понеже нещо, което не всеки успява да направи. И само да ви кажа, това е за всички българи тук. Българите и хората, които са от чуждите държави, винаги се справят много добре. Това е поне от моя опит. Някакси това, че идваме с много мотивация и с много ангажираност е винаги плюс. Така че да сте наясно, че ще успеете, да не ви е страх, че сте в чужденци. Това е понякога даже е плюс. Какво друго да кажа? Втората година за сега е окей. Супер се ангажирах. Имам работя на 2 места, участвам в студентска асоциация, което на вас да ви покажа, че хората успяват и имате много възможности в университета. Така че да, това е от мен. Ако някакви въпроси има, мога да разкажа още.
Благодаря ти, Дара. Не знам дали Мира също иска да сподели.
Може, аз съм първа година и в момента аз също си MGT, сме с нова програма и в момента е малко, как да го кажа, не е точно експериментална, но се личи, че понякога някои неща са сега е за първи път и събират сега опит и за другите, за следващата година може би ще е по-добре, откакто е за моята година, защото ние сме малко като базата и ще подобравят все повече за след това. Така че да, проектите са окей, има сложности, защото това е нещо, което за първи път правиш, но това е, очаквано, така че не очаквайте сигурно, че ще ви бъде лесно, защото няма да бъде, но не е и супер трудно и аз не съм разочарована или не искам да си сменям мястото. Аз мисля, че тук ми е мястото и просто трябва да положа малко повече усилия, отколкото полагах, примерно, в гимназията, защото в гимназията е, да минеш, така както се казва. Но да, аз съм в Saxion хаузинга и за сега съм доста доволна, въпреки че живея с 7 други човека и малко понякога в кухнята става пренаселено, но мястото е хубаво и се поддържа доста и е безопасно, което за мен беше голям плюс. И аз не съм толкова ангажирана, колкото е Дара, макар че се включих в Saxion Ambassadors, но не сме имали чак толкова много работа се още поне от CMGT гледна точка. И също така аз съм споменах го и в сторитата, но има тук доста неща, в които можеш да се включиш. Аз съм примерно в мюзикъл, който е към University.Едно, организация там, но също това е... Може сега да намираш отбори такива, примерно имам приятел, който е в волейболен отбор и такива, така че има много места, където можеш да запишеш и да ти е забавно, освен училище и да, просто учете и се забавлявайте. Това е моят съвет като цяло.
Добре, благодаря, Мира. Имаме въпрос към вас, момичета. Can I ask the girls Was it hard in the start talking and learning only in English?
За мен лично не, тъй като аз от доста вече години, поне 5, говоря доста на английски, имам много интернационални приятели още от преди да дойда тук. И затова на мен вече бях свикнала с това общуване на английски, но и също това едно нещо, което е, че тук също има доста българи, така че се ще намерите някой българин, с който да се сприятелите и да имате с който да си говорите и на български. Но за мен лично не ми беше трудно да се приспособя, не знам. Това е само... Да, но това е личност. Но преживяване, не знам за Дара.
При мен също не беше трудно, понеже аз уча от 11 години английски, даже преди да дойда в Saxion, но знам хора, които им беше трудно, специфично българи, и една приятелка Стефи се казва, с малко беше неприятно в началото да се свикне и всеки ден да говориш на английски и не си написва в един момент, ако не си свикнал. Но след 1-2 месеца момичето съвсем лежерно започна да си говори и вече даже сме в една компания обща с хора от Кипър, от Украйна, от България, сме в една такава интернационална компания, т.е. хората се адаптират много бързо, дори да нямат супер много опит и не мисля, че това е нещо, което трябва да ви притеснява.
Чудесно.
За националности, аз принципно съм главната ми групичка, в която сме холандци има от Латвия, от Естония, съквартирантите ми имам 4 корейци, които са ми съквартиранти, също така 2 украинци, иранец, има хора испанци, италианци, да, главно с това съм виждала аз. Сигурно има и още, но да.
Специфично в нашата програма е наистина много international intensive. Аз съм приятелка с сигурно над 15 националности. Най-близките ми приятели са от Полша, от Холандия, имам приятели естествено, Германия, Чехия, Латвия, Естония, буквално всяка част от Европа и извън Европа. Имам и приятели от Америка, имам приятели и от Азия, в смисъл от всякъде.
Супер. Няма общо взето националност, която да не може да срещнете в университета.
Да.
Имаме и въпрос, можем ли да участваме в повече от един тип дейности?
Ако става въпрос за извънкласни дейности, ако имаш времето и желанието, предполагам, да. Важно е да можеш да се го нагласиш в графика, но да, не мисля, че има нещо, което те спира, ако става за извънкласни дейности. Да.
Аз също ще кажа, че е абсолютно възможно. Аз, примерно, съм сигурно 15 неща съм се забъркала в момента, който е факт, че малко прекалявам понякога, но да ви кажа, има доста добър ефект върху това да се чувстваш продуктивен и да си ангажиран с полезни дейности. Така че даже го препоръчвам. Даже според мен е важно човек да има неща извън университета.
Благодаря, момичета. Имаме ли други въпроси от публиката? Сега е момента да ги задавате. Май нямаме повече въпроси. I don't see any more questions, Michael, so I think no, we do have more questions. No worries, we have time. Момичета, искате ли да споделите? Може би, Michael, maybe you want to start with this question and then the girls can join. The question is, what can you say about life in the Netherlands in general as a country? You're Dutch, so please.
I mean, life in the Netherlands is actually quite good. And the basic level of living, it's good. All the services that you can make use of as a Dutch citizen, the health insurance system, it's really good organized also for international students. The cities are really lively, they are safe, so you don't have to worry when you walk over the street during the evening after a party, for example. and also especially the cities that we are located in, especially Enschede. It's really a lively student city, and there are a lot of international students there. So the communities is all based on international students there. But also Deventer, even though it has a complete different vibe than Enschede, for example, it has a really old-fashioned downtown with old buildings, and there's a river running through it. I mean, the Netherlands is really fun to live in as well. The people are down to earth. They're really open, even though we are direct. So if you come to us, yeah, bear that in mind that the Dutch are direct people. So they just ask you questions, they approach you, and we are really also willing to help others. So that's a bit about who we are. And also during the summer, there are a lot of activities outdoors, and during the Christmas period, there are a lot of fun things to do as well. So definitely you don't have to get bored. Also, there's a lot to discover in the country. We have some national parks that you can discover. There's a lot of nature that you can visit. We have a lot of musea. So all in all, I believe, well, maybe I'm a bit, blindsided because I'm a Dutch guy, of course, but we really cannot complain about living here. And we also get a lot of feedback from international students that they really like it here. Everything is so easy accessible. Everything is for your own convenience. So yeah, that's why international students really enjoy the Netherlands in general. Maybe the general or current Bulgarian students that are here can add something to that, how they experience it.
Да, момичета, споделете. Thank you, Michael.
Of course.
Ами, според мен Майкъл е много прав. Само секунда, че тук някой му звъни телефона. Така, Майкъл е много прав. Факта, че нидерландците специфично са много готини хора. Според мен, това, че постоянно ги вали и не могат да излизат навън, прави така, че когато навънка е приятно и могат да излязат, стават супер забавни. Аз хода на партията с тях, участвам, нали, хода им на гости, готвим си заедно, правим си барбекюта. Някакси са много отворени и особено ако сте с хора, които имат интереси като вас, дори не се забелязва, че не сте холандци, т.е. нали, по хубавия начин ще го кажа. Според мен са много готини и имам приятели, които са холандци и препоръчвам.
Аз също познавам доста, нали, имам приятели холандци, даже ходихме заедно до Ефтелин, което е като amusement парк. И е хубаво, защото доста от тях също ти помагат с всичко, нали, когато имаш нещо, което е на холандски. Примерно, никой не ми е отказвал да ми преведе или да ми помогне. Даже са ми предлагали, нали, с банковият акаунт или с ДУ нещо да ми преведат, да ми помогнат да се оправя. Така че мисля, че са много приятни хора и знам, че има някакви стигми, които понякога се разказват в България, че са стиснати, студени и така нататък, но това не е вярно според мен, от поне моето преживяване. И тук се чувствам много добре и като цяло атмосферата и на града, и на държавата, и на хората, и на темперамента е доста хубав, така че мисля, че ще си изкарате добре.
Супер, Мира, благодаря. Добре. Може би този въпрос за парите, които спестявате, искате ли да споделите вашия опит, момичета?
Аз мога да споделя малко специфично за парите, да ви кажа в момента, докато си ученик, не е момента да спестяваш и поне аз лично ми е трудно да спестявам, понеже всичко отива към учене, към, нали, лаптоп, към всякакви такива неща, и към това да си купуваш храна и да се оправяш. И малко трудно да спестяваш, но лично мен и мисля, че повечето хора, които познавам, родителите им плащат и дават, нали, помощи за много неща. Но има хора, които нямат тази възможност и такива познавам и тези хора идват тук, намират си работа и почват с Student Finance и се оправят супер. Така че според мен възможно е и без помощ от родители, и без спестяване и такива неща. Естествено, че ще е малко по-ангажиращо и нещо, което трябва човек да се подготви за него, че ще му отнеме енергия и време. Но е абсолютно възможно и ако човек е ангажиран и е мотивиран, може да го направи 100%.
Интересен въпрос. Има ли нещо негативно, което бихте казали за Нидерландия като място за живеене или за самия университет? Може би аз искам да започна да отговоря на този въпрос първо. когато подготовката и правенето на избор от към държава за висше образование, университет специалност е правилна, тогава очакванията са правилни и следователно няма да има централно негативни неща. Аз съм сигурна, че момичетата ще могат, ако желаят да споделят и по нещо негативно, нали, винаги във всяка една ситуация има и плюсове и минуси, но всичко е въпрос на подготовка и на гледна точка. Ако вземем времето, например, като основен негатив, нали, който често чуваме от студенти, да, наистина времето в Нидерландия може да бъде доста кофти понякога. Но в момента, в който вие решите, че времето няма да определя вашия живот, нали, просто проблема се решава. Момичета, ще се радвам да споделите, само виждам, че Майкъл трябва да тръгва, така че искам, Майкъл, we are gonna continue with the questions, but I want to thank you for your time and
Of course, more than welcome. Hopefully it was really informative for the students and that they learned something from it, and hopefully we can welcome some of them at Saxion anytime, and I would be more than happy to welcome them at Saxion, of course.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Michael.
Of course, you're more than welcome. And have a good evening, everybody, and thank you once again.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye. Добре, момичета, споделете сега негативните неща.
Аз искам да кажа за времето, че не е чак толкова зле, поне тази година, откъдето аз съм била, не е било чак толкова зле и няколко пъти ме е навалявало на дъжд, защото не гледам каква е прогнозата, но ако не те бърка чак толкова с много и ако не те дразни, че имаш вода на себе си наред и просто продължаваш да ходиш, нали, случва се, но на мен лично не ми пречи. Понякога единственото, което бих казала по-за негативно е, че понякога, когато става въпрос за намиране на квартира или намиране на работа, те доста често си търсят по-скоро холандци, което, нали, се случва, но все ще се намери някъде, където, нали, да те приемат и като чужденец, така че не е напълно hopeless или не е напълно без надежда, но ще се случат и такива моменти, в които ще си, нали, чувала съм за хора, които дават квартири, обаче ги дават само на холандци и такива работи. Случва се, но не е, нали, стара школа, това не е главното нещо, което се случва, така че ще се оправите, така да се каже. Нали, всичко ще бъде наред.
Добре, тук има въпрос от Юлия. Трудно ли е влизането в университета в Нидерландия? Юлия, ще се радвам да ми се обадиш и да изговорим този въпрос, за да бъдеш спокойна. В зависимост от специалността, разбира се, има много допълнителни фактори, които влияят на това дали е трудно влизането или не, но с наша помощ смятам, че можем да бъдем успешни. После имаме въпрос от Маргарита. Трудно ли се намира квартира? Момичета, това е по вашата специалност. Поделете.
Аз съм в student housing, така че по-скоро трябва да кажа, защото за мен беше просто да се запиша за Saxion housing и съм тук за 1 година, така че за сега още не мога да кажа.
Да, аз ще кажа, че в моя опит, поне на мен, не ми беше много трудно, но това е защото си намерих квартира февруари месец за август месец. Тоест месеци напред, просто се ангажирах и си го направих. Но познавам хора, които им е било трудно и наистина понякога тегло, зависи в кой град си. Примерно в Енсхеде, това е малък град в сравнение с примерно Бреда и Амстердам, да кажем. Там естествено, че ще е по-трудно да си намерите квартира, но зависи и какви са възможностите относно бюджет, пространство, какво сте готови да компромизирате, примерно лично пространство и чистота и такива неща. Като цяло бих казала, не е нещо, което е невъзможно, даже далеч от невъзможното. Всеки ученик, който учи в момента, има квартира. Това е факт. Така че просто трябва да се ангажирате да го направите на време. Питайте хора за помощ. Аз питах сигурно 15 човека, които познавам в Холандия, да ми дадат линкове за чатове и за такива неща, така че питайте просто за помощ. И ще успеете. Не се случва се. Не е невъзможно.
Супер, благодаря ви. Последни въпроси, които да отговорим. Добре, докато помислите, искам да кажа, че виждам хора с непознати за мен имена. Ще се радвам утре да ни се обадите, за да видим къде искате да кандидатствате, какво искате да учите, да си планираме консултация и да изговорим възможностите. Смятам, че можем да ви бъдем от огромна полза. Може би, момичета, искате да кажете за ползата от това да работите с Unify? Се радвам да споделите малко опит за това и с това да приключим нашето събитие.
При мен аз отидах, се свързах с Unify още от 10-ти клас, може би. Нали, моята консултантка Нази от Варна, просто в началото се чудеше какво да прави с мене, защото аз бях много притеснително дете, което се притесняваше за оценките си. Но въпреки, че оценките ми не бяха най-перфектните, пак влязах, така че моля ви се, не бъдете като мен и да ревете и да се притеснявате за оценки. Ще се случи, доколкото от 3 нагоре е добре. Знам, че не е хубаво да се каже, но от 3 нагоре е добре, влиза са, нали, поне, да. И зависи главно от програмата, ако има някакви екстра неща, които ви трябва, примерно на нас с Дара ни трябваше портфолио и да направим игра предварително за CMGT, което като човек, който никога не е правил такива неща в началото, наистина беше малко страшно и да се шутих дали да кандидатствам и дали не кандидатствам, ама кандидатствах и въпреки, че нямах някакъв по-голям опит, успях да скопосам нещо и ме приеха и съм тук, така че ако има желание, има и начин. И аз, примерно, се възползвах и от консултациите на Unify, което беше за преглед на играта, така че имаше кой да ми прегледа играта и да ми даде фидбак, какво да оправя, което също беше доста важно. И съм ходила на всичките евенти, които са правили, и на всичките евенти на Saxion, които са правили като вебинари, защото съм луда. И като цяло, просто когато имате достатъчно информация и Unify има много информация, която може да ви бъде полезна. Нещата минават плавно, така че просто четете, моля ви, четете, защото е важно и се информирайте и всичко ще бъде наред. И когато имате нужда от помощ, просто поискайте помощ. Знам, че това е понякога трудно като менталитет също, но когато има нужда от помощ, просто поискайте и случват се нещата.
Може би, Дара, и ти искаш да споделиш?
Хора, аз ще ви кажа, че съм Unify фен number one. Unify ме хванаха за ухото и за ръката и от 11-ти клас просто ме захвърлиха в университета по най-хубавия начин. Без Unify нямаше да вляза никъде в чужбина, камо ли в Холандия. Някакси просто един ден ми звъннаха, понеже по някакъв инцидент бях се записала на нещо, дори не бях ходила. И казаха, да, искаш ли да ходиш в чужбина? Викам, да, искам. И изведнъж консултацийка, изведнъж този документ ми ги пратиха, без никакъв чардж, само ми преведоха дипломата там за някакви стотинки и буквално се оказах в чужбина. Така че според мен Unify, ако не бях Unify, нямаше да съм тук. Значи уникални хора и благодарение на Коко от София, това е моят консултант, още имам възможности свързани с Unify, даже в момента съм тук, благодарение на Unify, така че thank you Unify.
Благодаря ви много за милите думи, момичета. Виждам, че имам въпрос от Юлия за портфолиото. Юлия, ако си Юлията, която си мисля, че си, обади ми се утре, за да изговорим този въпрос. Ако ли не, разбира се, може да ми пишеш задължително, за да го изговорим отново. После имаме въпрос относно колко пари може да изкара студент от part-time job и колко трудно е да се намери такава работа без нидерландски език. Момичета, ще отговоря много бързо на този въпрос, за да не ви бавя допълнително. Колко пари може да изкара студент? Около 10 евро на час. Нали така? Потвърди Дара, ако си съгласна с мен. Зависимост от възраст.
Аз изкарвам малко повече, но...
Супер, значи си хванала много добра работа. Минимума е 10 евро на час. Колко трудно е да се намери така без нидерландски език, много зависи от града и много зависи от сферата на работата. В град като Енскеде, например, където имаме доста така голям наплив на студенти с 2 университета, работодателите са отворени за студенти от други държави, нали, да работят с чуждестранни граждани. Следователно, намирането на работа не е толкова трудно, но се изисква време преди да имате правилните контакти да стигнете до работа, както, например, Мира сега, използвайки контакта Дара, ще стигне до правилната работа. Нали, много е важно нетворкинг и създаването на нови контакти, които да ви докарат до правилната работа. Но това, че университета също предлага съдействие, също не е за изпускане. И естествено е много важно да се примирите с факта, че работата през студентските години няма да ви е по специалността, но ще бъде работа, която ще ви помага да се издържате. Тоест, ако искат да работите в супермаркет, работите в супермаркет, в ресторант, ако искате да чистите, ще чистите. Мисъл, нямате много правото на избор в началото, но пък преминавайки през това, вие учите много важни уроци и това ви дава много повече възможности, нали, само издържайки се по време на обучението, след това да може да се развиете по специализацията и да не ви е страх от работа, нали, както се казва. Не знам, момичета, дали вие искате по-скоро Дара да сподели нещо за намирането на работа.
Ами да ви кажа, моята стана доста по-случайно. Аз много ходих да доброволствам по евенти от Saxion и чрез моята студентска асоциация доброволствах доста. И просто на един от тези евенти шефът на една компания, който беше там, ми каза: "Хей, ами ние правим много такива workshop, свързани с маркетинг за Saxion и плащаме 17,50. Ще ви кажа пак 17,50 евро на час. Това е сега преди такси, но и след такси пак е 13,50 и е part-time job и човек си решава кога да работи, така че е супер работа. И изведнъж се оказах с някаква супер готина работа, е така от нищото. Така че само това, което мога да ви кажа като съвет, да си намерите работа, която сега моето не е баш по специалността, обаче не работя в такава, нали, хоспиталити работа, е да ходите и да доброволствате и да имате контакти. Това е най-важното. Така че просто гледайте, където има възможност да се шмугнете, шмугвайте се. Да, това е моят опит.
Чудесно, благодаря ти. Аз съм отговорила на Владислав с телефонен номер и смятам, че всички получиха техните отговори. Благодаря ви сърдечно, момичета, за това, че се включихте, за това, че цяла седмица правите тейковър и се получава много интересно. Даже на мен ми е интересно да гледам като някой, който знае, нали, къде са всички сгради и всичко останало. И въпреки това е интересно и грабващо, така че много ви благодаря. Благодаря на всички, които се включиха. Надявам се, че срещата ви е била полезна и разбира се, ако изникнат въпроси, винаги знаете как да се свържете с нас. На сайта може да намерите информация за тези, които не знаят все още как да се свържат с нас. Аз естествено утре ще ви изпратя записа от тази среща по имейл с видеята, които Майкъл не успя да включи, за да може да си ги изгледате и при въпроси да се свържете със своя консултант или с мен, ако нямате консултант все още. Благодаря ви и приятна вечер ви желая.
Лека вечер на всички!
Лека, чао, чао!